Today, my guest is Hasnae Taleb. She is the partner and chief investment officer of Ento Capital. Welcome, Hasnae. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much, Ursoy. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank you. And what's happening in the markets? What are the primary factors affecting the markets now? Is it like the inflation, Fed, oil prices? What's happening?
Well, there's a lot of factors that are affecting the financial markets directly right now, but we're going to state like three of them, and they are the major factors right now. So the first one, which is interest rates, the second, inflation, and third, geopolitical events. So if we talk about interest rates, the Fed has been raising interest rates for the last couple of years, and that has been affecting the financial markets directly, because then it's very expensive for businesses to borrow money to invest. And so we have seen that has affected also like the crediting sector. So we have seen that the crediting sector is shrinking, and as well as a high volatility in the banking sector. I think we still have not seen the effect of the 500 basis points that the Fed has been introduced the last couple of 17 months or so. On the other hand, we see that consumers are going out there and buying. We see that the housing sector is perking up, but also the labor market is very strong. And so that's why we're not yet feeling the recession, and we are estimating that it would be by towards the end of the year. If we talk about inflation, in fact, the Fed has been able to reduce inflation from 9.1% last year, June last year, to 3.1% this year. But still, they have not yet been able to target below 2% that they were expecting. If we talk about the geopolitical events, Ukraine war is being one of the major factors, and that is affecting the supply chains around the world, and so energy prices are high.
Okay, if this is the current picture, I mean, till the end of the year, we have less than 4 months. I mean, if you think forward thinking, do you think this will change? This picture will change, or will it remain till the end of the year?
Well, if we talk about the three factors that we mentioned earlier, I don't think the interest rates are going to go down, because still the Fed wants to go below 2%. And so we're going to still see interest rates are going high until the end of the year. And I think that we're talking until mid next year, right? And geopolitical events, anything can change anytime, right? But I don't think that's happening anytime soon, unless the two countries sit together and decide, to do a settlement. However, I think that is affecting our investment strategies today.
Okay, I was going to ask you this.
Yeah.
Given this situation, what are your recommendations or strategies you are recommending to the clients, or your investment strategies?
Yeah, we're looking towards assets that are less sensitive to high interest rates, and those are real estate funds and commodities. We're also avoiding like a couple of assets like crypto market, for example, because it's very high volatile, and we have seen our investors shifting away from high risk assets towards more safe assets. In terms of geopolitical countries, we're avoiding China and we're avoiding Russia, for example, because like China now is facing the tech crash down that's been happening since 2020. And for Russia, they're receiving a lot of sanctions from the West, and so we're avoiding these countries for now.
Okay, I was going to ask you more detail, but you mentioned a little bit, but can you give some examples of asset classes or geographies you are recommending, you like, and you like investing?
Yeah, so as I said, for asset classes, I would say real estate funds, I would say fixed income funds, and I would say commodities, right? Those would be the main assets that we would focus on. If we talk about the countries, I think there is a high opportunity in emerging markets right now, and also I think it's really happening right now in the GCC countries. We're seeing a huge demand from investors from outside coming to invest in the UAE, and particularly in KSA.
Yeah. Also, I see from the traffic that there is too much demand to here. Yes, and Saudi is very big. Yeah. Now everybody wants to come to Saudi. Okay, last question is about Turkey, my country, because the audience is from Turkey. Now, Turkey and this region's relationships are getting better, both politically and economically. What do you think can be a potential investment opportunity from this?
I'm so happy to see the connections that the UAE and Turkey are having right now. I don't know if you know this, Ersoy, but Turkey is one of my favorite countries.
Okay.
And the signature of the investment package of $50.7 billion that has been signed between the two countries is going to boost the economy in Turkey. And we're going to see this reflecting on the GDP towards like 5% in the GDP directly in Turkey. And that is going to create a lot of job opportunities, and that is going to be really a great factor for Turkey. On the other side, we're now seeing a lot of visitors from Turkey visiting the UAE, and we have never seen this before. Now it is the time.
Great to hear this. Thank you, Hasnae. Great having you here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Ersoy.